Well, if I'm going to get through Victory Road in this segment along with all the other stuff I got to get through, I might as well just get cracking immediately. I will just establish, though, once I've gotten rid of this tentacle, I have left Trap Tricks. I had to leave somebody behind because I needed Gyarados for Waterfall. It's also got Strength, which I'm going to need for Victory Road, assuming I do that in... Well, I'm going to do it either this segment or the next segment, but I needed the Strength anyway, and Whirlpool is actually going to come in useful for exploring all the optional areas of this place. I need to get this out of the way as quickly as I can as well, so I can get to Route 26 and pick up a Houndoom, because I don't want to wait much longer for that, because I'm going to end up having to frickin' go back all the way through Victory Road in order to get there again, unless I just take that weird fellow who's got the frickin'... dang it. Yeah, that I'll explain in just a moment, but, yeah, there's a guy up at the Pokemon League who has an Abra, and he can take you home if you want. It's the only way you can get back to New Barktown quickly, because you can't fly anywhere in Johto while you're in a place that counts as Kanto. So, that is that out of the way. Super Repel, put it up, so we can go up here at the waterfall. Nothing here that I need to pick up. There was one, like, Meridian Sound Pokemon that I mentioned I couldn't get. That was Crobat, which I already picked up in the Whirl Islands. Is this a Moonstone? Yeah, I figured there was a Moonstone. But there was just, like, a section that would go up there in the original... You can't even see my bloody mouse, but you can see, like, where I'm overlooking, was a section up there. There's also a little hidden cave room up here, which contains a radio. It does not work at the moment. I will have to come back later when it actually does. Originally, like, normally it just doesn't work at all, and so it serves absolutely zero purpose whatsoever, but it was changed up for this hack, and so it's actually somewhat useful. Okay, I'd like to go and have a look in this house first off. I believe this person gives you the Sandstorm TM. That's cool, I guess. Yeah, just random Sandstorm TM. You can obviously buy more of that. Yeah, like Magic Card and stuff like that. That's always nice. Okay, well at least there's a healing house. There might be another healing house later on. Unless it was moved to there. I don't know why it would be moved to there. It seems a bit less convenient, but whatever. So, I've gone and lost my train of thought again. I hope I've already explained everything that I could. Radio doesn't work until later. Something else, Pants. Jumpluff is somewhat relevant because it's the Meridian Sound Pokemon here, but I can't get it until the post-game. It's also quite quick. I expected it to be quick, because Jumpluff actually does have a bit of pace on it, to be fair. Might as well finish it off with a Thunderbolt. Getting all that luck hacks. We didn't actually get that much luck hacks against us in the Battle Frontier when I, played it back. It's a bit weird. And here she has the Venusaur, which was completely as expected. Because I think in the original games, she's actually got one of each of its line. Just a Bulbasaur, an Ivysaur, and a Venusaur. But here it seems like she's a bit more widespread with her usage of Grass-type Pokemon, but the theme still appears to be there. Not quite liking the poison and stuff like that, though. Thankfully, it's not bad poison, so I might be able to tank this. No, I thought I was going to be met with some level of convenience, but no, that's not going to be the case. Alright. Bulbat is not going to be able to hit this thing well with Cross Poison, so I'll see if I can put it to sleep. That works quite well. Switches out for air. Okay. Does it have Natural Cure then? If it's switched out immediately, I would assume that it has Natural Cure. One way to find out. Yeah, Natural Cure. In that case, I'll just Fly Fang it to death. There you go. So, it might not have been a bad idea to stock up on items, like particularly potions. I think I'm right for revives, as long as I don't lose my Pokemon every freaking 2 battles or some shit. But I should be fine with it otherwise. I should be fine with it otherwise, right? But yeah, I think I mentioned Jumpluff, something about that sort of stuff. I have to talk about my mother. I got a phone call from Mammy earlier. That's because I once I was done with the segment, I actually went and dropped 100k of my cash stack off at her place. The reason for that is because I'm trying to get her to get a muscle band for me to collect from a schmuck. The muscle band, if you don't know, is basically a weaker version of the choice band, but it allows you to use all of your moves. You're not just locked into the one move, and I figured that would be a really, really good idea to fit onto Floofan for the elite floor instead of just having to lock it into using nothing but superpower and just making it weaker and weaker and weaker. So I figured I would stick with that. I'm not too sure what I'm going to be sticking with in regards to the other items. Kaiser may just be the choice specs user just to get more use out of its special attack. But we're not too sure how that's going to pan out. So, aside from that, nothing much else for me to really mention in regards to the time period spent over the weekend, other than the fact I've been taking a much greater interest in old school RuneScape recently. Volt Absorb, you suck. One of the reasons behind why I dropped Trap Tricks off was that I figured I would be able to cover for all of its weakness, for all of its, like, the types that it can actually work against. And here I'm in a situation where I can't really do that against a Lantern. Earth Power should be right. Paralysis isn't helping that much, though, so yeah. And then here I have to deal with an Alakazam, which I should be able to outspeed with Bulbat. But if Trap Tricks are here, it would just be a matter of smashing it with a Crunch. Here, though, I can just sort of U-turn. And assuming it survived, I would have gone into one of my special defensive walls. Assuming I had something that counted as a special defensive wall, because it was totally going to use Psychic on me on that turn. Again, a situation where if I had Trap Tricks, I would have just gone out of Trap Tricks, knowing that I was going to get smashed by a Psychic. So, there you go. Hopefully these Hyper Potions are going to last me. Yeah, there's nothing here that I take any real interest in, at least not in Route 27. There is something in Route 26, I have to pick up Houndoom, but it's only encounterable during the night, and that night time ends in about 34 minutes. And here's the reason I've kept Whirlpool on the Gyarados, because I need to go through here. This is an entirely optional area, but there is a trainer here, so I figured I might as well knock him over. And I think the item in question there might be a rare candy, actually, I'm not too sure. There might also be another item sitting here somewhere, so I'll have to bust out the dowsing device once I've knocked the city over. But I'll start talking about the Pokemon playthrough of the day, since there's... might as well give it a bit of a go. This is another playthrough of Omega Rubia, designed for the purpose of completing the Ho Index in Alpha Sapphire. Obviously that failed, but I did want to use Omega Swampert. I had used the other two, so I wanted to go for this one. And so I got good use out of it. Also, Hyper Voice. Bloody hell. That actually did a bit more damage than I thought it would have. Yeah, Chatter's a very weird thing in general. It has the move Chatter, which if you don't know, you can actually, like, use it, record your own voice, and turn its cry into that voice. So it's very, very weird. But it gets all garbled up and shit. From my memory of doing that, it just sort of garbles the whole thing up. It's very, very weird. Okay, phone numbers, whatever. Is this a rare candy? No, but it is the Voltaic Ore. Wait, really? Oh, okay. I wasn't aware that there was more than one of these in the game. Okay, so I guess if you want to use a Probo Pass and you want to have one for your collection, then you have access to that then, I guess. I was not aware that that was there. Oh well. Maybe I just overlooked it when I looked up the item locations for stuff in the documentation, but whatever. So, this Mega Swampert in question was named Axolon, because it is based on because the line itself is based on the axolotl, also known as the Mexican walking fish. I figured it would only make sense, but I decided to add an extra reference and name it after the Maximal's ship from Beast Wars. It's called the Axolon. So, nice little double reference there. I was quite happy with that. I think it had an earlier name, suggested to me by somebody on an old Skype group. I can't remember what it was, though. I think it was like Mr. Plop or some shit like that. I can't remember for the life of me, but I decided I didn't really like that name, so as soon as I had the opportunity to change it, I switched it up and called it Axelon, so I was quite happy with that. For my grass type, I went with a Cacturn. Now this Cacturn actually had the same perk as my Chestnut from back in my first Y playthrough, in that it had access to Spiky Shield. It also had Pin Missile as well, so it was a nice little bit of coverage. This one was named Jack Actus. This is another combination name, a bit like Solazar, the Heliolisk back in X. But this one was a combination of Jack Atlas from Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds and Cactus. So it's supposed to sound very much like Jack Atlas, but it has to have the word cactus sort of in it. Not exactly, but you get the point. It's a bit of a dumb name, but it worked out fine, so I was quite happy with it. I actually got lucky with some of these natures. For Jack Actus, I got a hasty nature, which I was quite happy about because I think it was a bit lacking in the speed department. It had pretty shitty defenses already, so to have a bit of extra speed and then use the good physical attack that it had was quite nice. I got even luckier with my next Pokemon. I used a Chandelure here, and this one was actually timid. Was it timid or modest? I can't remember. Either way, it was good. Either way, it was really good for. It was really good for a Chandelure, so I stuck with that. I named it Candelato. Candelato is another Yu-Gi-Oh reference. It's I think it's called Candelato, the Beast of Light, and it like gains attack points equal to, I think, the amount of cards in your hand. It's kind of like a mini Slifer the Sky Dragon. I don't think it ever actually came out in any physical form in the actual card game, though, so Weezing's probably best countered by just firing a Hydro Pump at it. Yeah, Hydro Pump's as good as it's going to get. Dusknoir, something I can actually find in the wild, so I don't need to use that Reaper Cloth I picked up in the caving segment the other day. But it is a pretty tanky Pokemon. I mentioned earlier that I tried to use one in Blaze Black, but I didn't like it because its moveset was a bit eh. So maybe I'll use one later on, maybe on an LP or something like that, who knows. Yeah, I might as well use the Super Potion. If I had an actual potion, then I could probably do something like that. Oh, actually, hang on, I've got some berries growing on pots, don't I? Apparently not. What's with the, what is with this, actually? Yeah, I don't understand this. I've been trying to grow leper berries and citrus berries, but they haven't been the most successful so far, because I'm not getting very good yields with them. Should probably try to invest in some mulch and actually be a bit more proactive about growing them, but whatever. So yeah, Candelato had nothing to do with candles, but it kind of had candle sound in its name, so whatever, I was stuck with it. And I was quite happy with it overall. It was about as good as I expected it to be, especially given it had a beneficial nature. And there is the Destiny Knot. The Destiny Knot is a very, very useful item in later generations, because normally when you breed two Pokemon together... hang on a sec, is there a hidden item in the water here somewhere? No, there's not. There's just that random hidden area there, I guess. I don't know what the go is with that, but I guess this whirlpool is just to skip across all of the grass up on the mountain area there. Far be it from me to complain about that, I guess. Get the hell out of the way, Boizel. Cool. Oh, no shit. Whatever. Not much more I can really talk about in regards to Candelato, so I'll talk about Tick Smith. This was my Galvantula, and the reason I named it Tick Smith was because its earlier evolution was basically just a tick. It became more of a spider thing, but it still kind of had the tick thing going on for me, and so I decided to name it after Dick Smith, a well-known entrepreneur in Australia. And so I just went with Tick Smith as another combination name, and it stuck. I was considering calling it Tarantulas, actually, and I probably should have gone with it, but I'm not too sure if I had given that name to something else, or if I had something in reserve, like, to give that name to. I'm not too sure why I didn't give it that name, but I went with Tick Smith. It was fine. It was my Thunderwave user, just, like, for catching legendaries and stuff like that. and it had the whole just dual powerful stab. I can't even remember what its last move was, but it was fine. It did its role as a my staple electric type on the team. I didn't even pay attention to what he was sending out there as a giraffe rig. In that case, I will smash it with a couple of Fire Fangs. And Bayonet, I will smash you with a Rock Slide. Yay, embargo. Like I give a shit. Whatever. Actually, what is... Okay, Kaiser's holding that. Okay. I don't know why I'm checking hold items here, but I've just noticed that Floofen's not actually holding an item. Fist Play. Fist Play might be nice to boost the power of Superpower. But what I'm thinking actually is the Hard Stone, which will boost the power of Rock Slide. Talia's got the Quick Claw, Bobat's got the Wide Lens. I think I'm happy with that for right now. I can just sort of move on from here. Thank you for noticing me. So my obligatory flying type was actually also a dragon. It was a Noibat. This one I named... There was a weird sound coming from that. I don't know where the hell that came from, but whatever. I named this one Optimus. It is another combination name, derived from the term octave, which I believe is like a way of measuring sound or something like that, or like a unit of measurement in sound. Stupid poison gas. And I combined it with Optimus, specifically Optimus Primal from Beast Wars. Now, for those who have any sort of knowledge about Beast Wars, you're probably wondering, wait, what does this have to do with Optimus Primal? His beast mode was a silverback gorilla. Back before the show commenced, there were a series of Beast Wars toys that came out, and there was this little 2-pack that came out, which contained an Optimus toy and a Megatron toy. And in these ones, the beast modes were actually vastly different. Optimus's beast mode was actually a bat. So that's where this reference comes from. The other one was Megatron, the Predacon leader from that series, and he was a crocodile or an alligator. Either or. I don't much care for the difference between a crocodile and an alligator, but it was one of those. And then eventually when the show came out, they sort of decided, no, we don't like that, and so we're just going to turn Optimus into a silverback gorilla and Megatron into a T-Rex. And the rest is literally history. So there you go. That's basically how that worked out. Like, the big hype behind this thing was the fact that it got Boom Burst, which was like a 140 base power move with 100 accuracy that had pretty much 0 side effects. So, just based on that, you know it's going to freaking kick some ass. And that's not even taking into consideration the fact that it has access to flying moves. It has Dragon Pulse, as you would expect from a Pokemon like this, just focusing more specifically on its special attack. And so it was every bit as good as I expected it to be. I may actually go and use another one later on, because the thing was damn awesome. I was quite happy with that. And then, since I had my... Usually when I need a 6th, I usually pick a dragon, but since it actually counted towards my flying type as well, I was able to use something else as my 6th. In this case, it was a Drapion. I named this one Nate, after another classmate of mine, like Felix and Lion before him. Named this one because of his star sign. This is a bit of a... It's not exactly the most definitive Scorpion Pokemon ever, but it does satisfy. It works out. No, it wasn't a fluke, you just sucked. Although I give you props for having a decent freaking Gastrodon that kicked Bulbat's ass. But, yeah. Heal that. Revive you. Gonna have to use a Hyper Potion on this thing as well. And then I don't have any Super Potions. Yeah, I'm running out of healing items very, very quickly. I'm hoping that healing house on Route 27 actually still exists. Speaking of Route 26. I've been leading with Kaiser a lot because I've been getting cash stack off these trainers, but I think I'll go into Turbodrom here. Well, then allow me to just completely kill your mood by one-shotting everything with Thunderbolt. There you go. Sucks to be you. Just gonna kind of move on from that. It obviously had dual stab to utilize, which I was quite happy with. Actually, now that I'm here, let me go ahead and lead with Bulbat. See if I can find a Houndoom. First encounter, quite nice. Aerial Ace, yeah, I'll try this. No. Okay, cool. So there's Houndoom out of the way. Didn't have to show that in the hall before going on to knock the Elite Four over. This guy I'm pretty sure is a Psychic. Are you? Okay, cool. But you're leading with a Metang, so Bulbat is actually not suited to this. In that case, I'll just go with Flufin. And Claydol, again, Bulbat is not suited to this because I'm pretty sure ground resists bug. Actually, no, I'm pretty sure it's the other way around. Whatever, I'm murdering this thing with a Hydro Pump. And lastly is a Dusclops, which again, Bulbat can't freaking deal with all that well. Okay, fine. Would have loved to have had Bulbat deal with something there, but whatever. Hell, he even freaking suicided. I did actually notice the curse right there. I did notice that it suicided there, so it's a bit dumb like that. I'm pretty sure there's some hidden items somewhere here. Yeah, I figured as much. So, Nate, I believe, had... I think it had a bug move. I know it had Dark and Poison, because those were its stabs. I think it was Night Slash and Cross Poison, if I had to take an educated guess. Also, how do I get through here? This is weird. I am very confused. But whatever. Hidden item here. Nugget! Okay. I suppose I'll take it. Not that I really need cash stack anymore. But whatever. Just sort of running around here. Backtracking. Yay. Kind of thought you could explore that area down to the southeast there, but apparently just not the case at all. Whatever. I won't fuss over it too much. I believe up here is the other healing house, assuming it even exists, the healing house. Okay, cool. So I can go back and do that whenever I feel like it. I'll have a quick gander over here. I think the only thing that's even relevant here is just this random house. Nothing else here that I need to catch. Everything else I need to catch from here is in the place. 7 beds. Book. This tells you where you can find the weekday siblings. So Monica's at Route 40. I've already been and had a talk to her. Tuscany, I'm not even sure if that's a male or female, but I'm pretty sure I've had a word with her. Wesley of Wednesday, I went and had a chat with him off screen. Had a look around in the Lake of Rage when the tide was down, and so I got the item off him. It was a black belt. Arthur of Thursday, I know I talked to off screen really early on. Frida, I think, was the first one I talked to. Saturday, Santos, and then Sunday, Sunny. Obviously, I don't really touch this game on Saturday and Sunday, so I never actually have much of an opportunity to see the weekend siblings there, so... But there they are, in case you want to know where you could find them. And for the time being, let's put Kaiser up the front. And I remember this female having a Blastoise on her team in the originals. I'm not too sure if that's going to be quite as accurate, but I do know that Focus Blast did far less damage than it had any real right to. Not that I'm complaining, because I was on the receiving end of that said Focus Blast and was quite happy that it wasn't even a 2KO. So yeah, here's that Blastoise in question. Just sort of drops dead. Oh, she's got other starters as well. She's got Meganium. Murder this thing with Cross Poison. Whatever, Reflect. I'm still going to kill you anyway, so whatever. I think my Pokemon playthrough the day thing just sort of petered out, because I don't think there's much else I really need to talk about in regards to Nate. It was basically just there for the extra type coverage to deal with stuff that some of my other team members might not be able to deal with. As a poison, I will mention actually, as a poison dark, its only weakness is ground, so that's really nice for it. That was a nice little benefit that got it over the line in my team. Here we go. Okay. Pokemon department store. I wonder if you can actually get stuff delivered to you up at the Indigo Plateau. It wouldn't surprise me in the absolute slightest if you can't, but it would be nice. Otherwise, I'd have to go and have a look off screen at the bloody Abra thing, so... whatever. I'm not going to fuss over it too much. Do I want to lead with Kaiser for this one? Actually, nah, I'll lead with Talia. See what this guy leads with. Leads with an Amber Palm. I'm not expecting this thing to use any special attacks, so I guess I'll just throw the Ice Beam at it. The Ice Punch, though, was rather unexpected. I'll have to bail the fuck out. I'm bailing the fuck out of there anyway because of Rampardos. I'll just throw a Hydro Pump at that one. Sceptile. Murder it with Bulbat. This is a pretty damn solid looking team, to be perfectly fair. I think this is a Gen 5 sprite. Yeah, that's a Gen 5 sprite. That is just way too small to be considered a Gen 4 Sceptile sprite. I'm pretty sure the Gen 4 Sceptile sprite is much larger than this. So, just going to ignore that. Ampharos. I think I've seen Houndoom in the wild. I've seen Ampharos. I've seen Venusaur. All I have to do is find someone with a freaking Vaporeon, and I'll have seen everything that I used in the Battle Factory in the previous segment. It'd be kind of cool like that. Static doesn't exactly help, especially when it frickin' allows it to outspeed and kill me with Power Gem. Screw you too. Porygon Z. Shit, I just lost Floofen. Oh well. I will just put it to sleep. No, I will put it to sleep. God. Okay, fine. Hydro Pump. Get all of the phone numbers and then go back and frickin' heal because I need it. That, Porygon Z and then the thing before it just kind of wrecked me for 6 a bit there. But whatever. Next Schmuck, I think there's like a hidden item up here somewhere. Tiny Mushroom, completely useless. But, stick with Talia. And I might as well actually mention, now that I think about it, once I did this Omega Ruby playthrough, I actually did reset. But the playthrough in question that commenced afterwards was not actually Omega Ruby, but it was actually Rising Ruby. I took one of my 3DS systems, I was able to hack it with the help of Flustered Custard. Stupid... Screw you. No, this is speed. Fuck you, that is speed. And back I go, because I don't want to waste... There's not much point in wasting revives if you can just do this. Whatever. But yeah, I was able to implement Rising Ruby in the data for Rising Ruby into my 3DS, so all I have to do is run it through... I just have to run the cartridge through Hans, and it would just add the modified data to it immediately, so I could play through Rising Ruby. As of now, I've only got 1 badge and 3 confirmed team members. I have a Trevenant, a Curlier, and a Scraggy. And I think I've just added a Psyduck to the team. I'm not too sure how long that is going to be there for, but I do have a bit of a thing planned for the nicknames. I'm planning to name all the Pokemon I have on this team after Twitch emotes, and so for my Trevenant, I'm going to name it Punch Trees, which has not much to do with trees other than the fact that it's called Punch Trees. But the emote in question is just the face of Minecraft Steve, which is of course relevant because until you get your hands on an axe, the only way you can actually get wood is by punching trees. So it makes sense in that regard. There's actually no more trainers, so I actually have no real reason to use any of my healing items. I'm just doing this so I can pick up items. I'm expecting a hidden item in here somewhere. Nope, there's not. Alright. In that case, I just got to do this. And then I should be right to take care of Victory Road, as we are approaching the 30-minute mark. So I should be able to beast this out within maybe 10-15 minutes. So yeah, probably going to be a 40-minute segment, but I was kind of prepared for that. Let me first see if this thing can learn Rock Smash, because I may need Rock Smash. Yeah, it can. Give it Rock Smash anyway. Get rid of Twister. Because I'm pretty sure it's this starting area that kind of screws you over. Because, yeah, there's Strength. I knew the Strength boulders were there. But are the other things there? Doesn't look like it. Okay. So as far as I'm aware, unless Drayano's changed it up here, there are no trainers in Victory Road. Except for the rival, but that doesn't come until later on. I don't know why Gyarados is in the lead here. He shouldn't be, but whatever. So the only real purpose this is going to serve is just me walking around the place trying to find hidden items. That's basically all it's going to be. And hopefully not running out of repels in the process. So there's Protector, which you use to evolve your Rhyhorn, Rhydon even, into Rhyperior. I don't need this since Rhyperior can be found in Mount Silver. So I can just catch one of those when I get to that point. It's going to be hard as fuck, but whatever. Full heal, that's always nice to have. Where's that? Okay, max potion, that's always nice. Now the question here is, which direction should I go? Start by going this way. Nope, that was pointless. Unless there's a hidden item here. Nope. In that case, I'll just go and do this. Give me another max revive. How many of those have I have right now? I have 8. I imagine that some of those will be put to good use in the Elite Four. Alright, so I believe that's it for the first floor. Now, second floor, that's a one-way. And so, 9 to go, including this one that I just used. So hopefully I should be right to get through this. I've got to go through so many different areas just to get to each of these items and hidden items and all that sort of stuff. If my memory serves me correctly, there's my 9th max revive. If my memory serves me correctly, I believe you can find the Earthquake TM in this place. It'd be quite nice to get my hands on that. I don't expect it to be awfully useful, but I see no reason not to give it a go, so there's that rock with a Hyper Potion in it. Item directly on where I stood, an Ultra Ball. I'm surprised it's still in one piece. This random little spot, which you just do that. I think there's a puzzle similar to this in Stark Mountain in Sinnoh, but you just sort of do that. And okay, nothing there. In that case, I'll just go up here. See if there are any other areas that I can access over here. Oh, there is actually. Yeah, there's the way out, which I don't need. There's some Rock Smash rocks. Are there any hidden items here? There is actually. And I needed Rock Smash to access this. Good stuff. Zinc. All I see in that is $signs. Wow, an item requiring 3 uses of Rock Smash. Good job. Oh, there's a Nurse Joy. Does she heal your Pokemon? Because that'd be nice if she does. This is an HP up. Okay, let me try to work this out. There's a HP up there, and a hidden item here, a PP up, and I think there's another hidden item down here? No. Because I think in the past when I've had a look at that, I've always sort of thought, wait, did I just get 2 HP ups, like, right next to each other? Or something like that? But no, it's not. That's not actually the case. Hidden item anyway up here? No, but there is that item. I think I can get around to that. Yep, rare candy. Probably going to end up having to use a couple of those later on in the playthrough. Hidden item where I was landed? Nope. But there is this. There's the Earthquake TM in question. Not too sure who can learn that. Maybe nobody can learn it. Who knows? But we'll see what happens. I think I might need to have another quick exploration going in this direction. So just to make sure I've been everywhere. I'm happy to report that the Super Repels will in fact last me. Yeah, there's this oh no, actually I think I've explored the entire area. Okay, I guess I have no real reason to complain about that. Okay. Go up here. Where does this take you? Okay, right here. Okay, cool. So that's just a pointless hole there. So in that case, I just got to go up here and around here. I don't know why Lyra's ringing me. Okay. I wonder if that's got something to do with, like, increasing your Pokemon's happiness or something like that. I believe that just, yeah, takes you there. So you can't get the item, so you have to take the northern one first. I'll talk to this person. Okay, yep, she's just a free healer. I guess if you don't have repels and you have to deal with wild Pokemon and stuff like that, you can just sort of talk to her and you'll be refreshed and restored for the rival fight. Graveler. Grossly underleveled Graveler, which gives me the impression that they just didn't change the wild levels in those things. Not that anybody would really give a shit about this, mind you, but whatever. I don't know what Beepus will be leading with here, so I'll lead with Turbo Drum and see how that works out. I'll throw a save state, and we'll see how this works out. It's effectively a 6-on-5, just because I don't have Trap Tricks with me and I can't switch it up here. But we'll see. Well, we'll find out. Let's see how far this idiot has come from having a Bayleaf with an attacking move that translates into Earthquake, thus making it completely useless against frickin' flying types. Leads with the Honchkrow. This is a good shout. Thunderbolts, and the ledger is evened out. Okay, so there's the Meganium. Firefang, probably going to put up a Reflect, assuming the crit didn't come in, and the crit just sort of ruined his chances of that. Kingdra. Even if Kaiser doesn't live this, I've at least got it out. It's got the amulet coin, so I'll at least get the double cash stack from this guy. Outspeed the Kingdra. Oh, do I outspeed? Oh my god, it was a speed tie! Oh, I hate you so much. That was a speed tie, and it freaking got the RNG over me on that occasion. Screw you into the middle of next fucking week. Good thing I outsped it there, because the anticipation indicated that it did in fact have ice speed. Don't know why I would have expected any less, but there you go. U-turn. Get the fuck out of there. Go into Turbo Drum, which should be able to tank a Psychic. And then your like Energy Ball. It used Energy Ball. I paid no attention to the fact that it used Energy Ball, but I tried to use Shadow Ball. That... Alright, my mind just sort of got fucked by that. Oh, shit. Quick attack. It's a good thing I had that priority move, because I would have had my ass handed to me otherwise. Alright. Bulbaz Anticipation Minute Shudder. Does this thing have, like, Thunderbolt? Gonna need to use Revive here. I mean, Max Revive. Because I want Turbo Drum to have max health going into this. Yes, I've blown through this much faster than I probably should have, but... whatever. It's not like he was that difficult. Because there you go. Just one-shot absolutely everything, and Turbo Drum is at a point where it only needs one level. I'll explain that once I've actually made it into the building here. That's cool. Piss off. Not even giving two shits. Probably should be giving two shits, but I named him Beepus. That should be enough of an indication that I didn't really much care for his existence. Anyways, is the guy here to deliver stuff? Apparently not. But why is this guy here? Oh, he gives you Stone Edge. Okay. Can Floofin learn Stone Edge? Yes, it can. Question now is, do I want to stick with the rock slide, or do I want to go with the stone edge? Stone edge I think is far less accurate, but it's far more powerful. I'll have to work on that one off screen. And as I do this, it's about to hit 4 AM, and so it is going to be turning morning soon. This is the guy with the Abra, who takes you back home if you need for that to be the case. Obviously I don't. The only Pokemon I need... Actually, no, I do, in case the mum got me a thingy-mabob. I don't quite expect to have the muscle band, but whatever. So he'll be useful. And yeah, I think that's about it. So I guess I'm just going to go and catch some stuff in Victory Road off screen. I'm going to be grinding everybody up. The target level for the team here going into the Elite Four is going to be 55. Now, I want to talk to this schmuck up here, see if I... Yeah. Help you move as you please through the rooms, but you must defeat all of the Elite Four. Yeah. The Elite Four in this game is... Basically, it's been switched there. There. Let me try that again. NPCs have been added to the rooms of the Elite Four, and they will allow you to teleport between each of the rooms so that you can fight the 4 members in any order that you want, as has been the case since Gen 5. So, I'm probably just going to do them in their original order anyway, because there's no real reason for me to do anything otherwise. So, I mean, I'm going to be knocking over all 4 of them in the one segment anyway. I'm not too sure if the champion's going to be in its own segment. I may just do a big long segment and knock over all 5 of them in the one go. So, I believe I've established my plans for this Pokemon League. But just as a recap, everyone's going to get to 55. I'm going to be finalizing movesets. Kaiser will be evolved by then. I've obviously got to go and pick up the stuff that Mum bought for me. Hopefully I'll have a muscle band. If not, I'm going to be sticking with the Hardstone. Unless there's just a better option for me in general. But aside from that, I think we're about done. Long segment, but I figured this is probably for the best because going through the Victory Road only took me about 5 or 10 minutes, including the rival fight, so it would have been kind of pointless to have it in its own individual segment. It would have just been kind of arsehole-ish for pacing, so there you go. Next time we will be fighting the Pokemon League. So I will see you for that.